who had nothing. She was an orphan. She barely made it out of foster homes and orphanages. And it was one of the very important things for her to recognize that isolation kills, and that capitalism teaches and demands isolation as a form of normalcy. And again, as we heal our minds, we have to heal our minds from these lies that celebrate the cult of independence rather than what all humans need, which is interdependence. 28 years later, we're building, we're living, and we're walking the vision of IrmaMVI and hopefulness in DPS. None of that would be possible without the permission and the protocol of the First Nations people of that land. You can't talk about homelessness and not talk about colonial genocide. These things are connected, and this is the peace that we always bring as poor and houseless Pan, Indigenous, Black and Brown, disabled people at Hopefulness and Poor magazine. This is a piece I'm going to do. It's in honor of a tribe, air quotes. I'm going to say that with the big air quotes, in a space called Winnemucca, which was really just a place created by the American settler government to put houseless Native people who were houseless on their own land, because how does that happen? Right? How does it happen that 60% of houseless relatives in so-called Pacific Northwest Lummi territory are Lummi relatives? How does that happen? So we need to unfuck our heads from this lie, relatives. So I do this thing called Poemcast from a poverty scholar, if you want to check it out. I do my little podcast thing. But anyway, this is called Cleaning, is code for evicting, from Frisco to Winnemucca. This poemcast goes out from the unhoused nation. This poemcast goes out from the unhoused nation, from Frisco to Winnemucca, and don't get it twisted, this ain't any melting pot domination. This poem goes out from the light bright daughter of a traumatized disabled woman of color. Fuck you, white bitch, she would scream at me at least once a week when the terrors would wake her in her tortured sleep. There are so many reasons our bodies are on the street. There are so many reasons our bodies are on the street. A roof to sleep safely is only one of them. Best believe. It's called eviction, polarized terror, domestic violence, and poverty. I'm screaming from the margins, the street corners, the inside of a needle, and the unbelievably cold nights in the doorway of a church steeple. All that you work so hard not to see. I'm shouting out, we a fucking rainbow on these stolen indigenous streets. I can't go back to my family. Caused too much harm. Mamu, a Tongan elder, said, living in his car. Arrested, profiled for walking while black in a Walgreens, whispered Johnny R., a black young poverty scholar. No, I won't stay in a shelter. You can't make me. They torture you there. And then he fell into a blank stare. Kelly J., a houseless white disabled woman, beaten almost to death by my ex, she said, is why I can't walk today. This was a setup as a colony for houseless Indians. Now we're getting evicted, said by a First Nations elder leader from Winnemucca Indian Colony. We are not one nation. Please don't fetishize our lives. Savior, no, you can't wash the trauma out our houseless eyes. I come from the unhoused nation. We are so many colors and cultures, generations and creations, languages and disabled iterations. Alongside my brother Leroy and Keith and the Gripop Nation, we are not one people, and this ain't no melting pot club. It's a poor people-led movement that clearly states capitalism ain't a human way. Private property hoarding, evicting, and speculating is violent and is not okay. Mama was a Marcus Garveyite, believed in self-determination was all that was right. White houseless people, poor or not, overstand and claim your white privilege, and the little bit less hate it grants you, and then gets down to poor people movement business. These are the principles of Homefulness and Poor Magazine, lifting up poverty, scholarship, informed solutions, not more profiling and non-movement. This poemcast comes from the unhoused nation and the spirits of my Mama D, Luis Gongara, and Liz Tomás, silenced voices, tortured choices, all those peoples you threw out nervously, don't speak about, barely see. Throughout. Criminals, you think, call us dirty, crazy, passed by us every fucking day, no doubt. As capitalism crumbles, please listen to our broken mumbles. We your mamas, your uncles, your papas, your daughters. We all colors and abilities, genders and cultures, even unsexy, white, and yeah, we ain't user-friendly or cute. Rather, we hella confusing you. This ain't a melting pot. It's more like swept into a ditch to rot. From Eugene to Berkeley, the evicted and unhoused nation comes to you loud and clear. Please listen closely. There's a lot to learn here. From the bloody paper trails of treaties to the so-called grant deeds, how does a piece of paper even mean you were safe or own Mama Earth any damn way? From Frisco to Philly, from Winnemucca to Olympia, us poverty scholars have so much to teach. We the unhoused nation, and please listen to us speak.